How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back with yet another review. A little bit of ESP time. Old school beer time. From a new school brewery time. In the form of Treehouse Brewings. Old Man. Yeah, I've actually never had this before. I don't know how long Treehouse has been producing Old Man, but I've been around for a bit. Just haven't really had it. It's just, I'm not a big beer trader guy, and I don't like really kind of chase down beers. But I dig me a good ESB every now and then. I know it's not everybody's favorite style, but when you're old and curmudgeon-y, Old Man beer works. First things first, thank you very much, Joel, for actually dropping this off. I came home to a little kind of local porch bomb. Joel lives down the street, and every now and then just pops off stuff on my porch, so thank you very much, dude. As far as this canning on here, you're not going to get much fresher than this. This is I believe it's the 18th today. This is the 12, 15, 17, so it's only a couple days old. And on the bottom it says, I'm a lot like you were. So, whatever that means. Other than that, what else do we have in the can here? We have Old Man Extra Special Bitter, 5.4% alcohol by volume, and that's that. There's nothing else on here. Treehouse can write stuff on their labels and get a little bit of whimsical, but the secret stuff, not so much, but label-wise, it's freaking cool. It's like old school wood etching. Even older, I usually reference the wood etching thing when I talk about Trillium, the way they do their kind of stuff. That's kind of like old school wood etching with a lot of new school tendencies as far as art design. This is very just old school. The stuff you would see burned into a plank of wood at a little like roadside little gift store or whatnot. So yeah, I really do kind of dig it. So anyway, let's dive in and see what she's got. ESPs, man. You know, you're basically talking what I would think, or what I would refer to as kind of the, you know, the English, European version of kind of the not Imperial IPA, but IPA, the hop forward beer. It's kind of what they do over there. But you're getting this kind of old school hops. That's why it's usually not something that people freak out over. You're talking about your Willamets of the world, your Fuggles, one of my favorite hops. You know, your Golding, stuff like that. So they tend to come off a bit more herbally, a bit more bitter, not any kind of fruity, juicy kind of bonkersness going on. We're gonna find out. Just over the index finger, just south of Malton Malt Color Head, but it has this kind of vibrance to it, like a tinge of orange. Infinite creaminess on top. That's what dreams are made of. Nice, super tight, compact bubbles, sands, a couple stragglers. And yeah, just got a soft, kind of subtly murky kind of haziness to it. It kind of looks like an English old ale, which would make sense. And you just have that kind of a little bit of murk to it, somewhere between like an English old ale and a nice kind of murky, dense kind of English barley wine kind of in color. But she's only 5.3% alcohol by volume. But yeah, soft brown, soft oranges, stuff like that, and a bit of murk to her. So, does she look like an ESB? Yes. A little bit hazier than normal, but yes. Let's see if we get a nose on her. Subtle, spicy bitterness. Nothing too crazy. There's a I shouldn't say a decent amount of sweetness to it. Very soft, kind of slightly watered down kind of caramel vibes. But that bitterness kind of balances it off. I would say absolutely perfect, which is kind of what Treehouse does, man. They just get that balance just right so many times. Oh, man, that smells absolutely delicious. It's coming off a little bit subtly more like an American-style barley wine. That caramel's a little bit bigger than what I remember from a lot of old-school kind of ESBs. But they get that nice balance between that bitterness and that sweetness. So, yeah. She smells super tasty. And dive right in. Cheers. Yeah, that is absolutely fucking delicious. And it doesn't come off like an American barley wine. It comes off like an English barley wine. Light, with a bit of kind of spicy, herbally hop to it. I'm saying barley wine. You're only talking 5.3% here, but you get this nice, rich, soft kind of caramel vibe. It doesn't have butterscotch like the Werther's Original butterscotch, but if you've eaten a Werther's Original, one of the coolest things about them is you get this kind of like creaminess vibe from the Werther's Original, from that butterscotch candy. And you're getting that kind of creaminess in a caramel form from here. So it's not super dense, it's not super thick, and it's not hitting you in the face, but it's just soft, subtle, super creaminess to it. The hops, while bitter, not even close to being overly bitter. A perfect balance between the two. A little bit of spiciness to it. A little bit of herbaliness to it. Probably a bit more spicy than herbally. A little bit spicy, a little bit herbally, a little bit bitter. But just enough to kind of balance off that that kind of nice kind of caramelly sweetness to it. And has this kind of just south of kind of like a thin kind of porter kind of vibe to it mouthfeel-wise. Super tasty beer. Definitely not a crowd pleaser when it comes to the new school crowd. This is old school through and through with that absolutely super to a T treehouse kind of feel and vibe to it. You get the balance, get that mouthfeel and that old school sensibility. It's just a nice, beautiful kind of melange or whatever you want to call it of all those kind of styles and flavors and whatnot that they tend to do over there with the old school. And it's tasty as hell. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just it's a I don't want to say reinvented ESB, but it's Treehouse's version of an ESB. Let's put it that way. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better ESBs that I've had as of late. Sure. I mean, I don't drink a ton of them, even though I do like them. You don't see them a lot, and you know, I tend to review what gets sent to me. And this might be the first ESB that's ever been sent to me. Actually, I think there was one other one. Might have been like a real barrel-aged version, though, so that didn't really count. So yeah, it absolutely is. But it's one of the better beers I've had as of late, just classifications aside. Value availability, it's Treehouse. So the prices aren't too bad. You know, market value, probably a little bit less market value as far as what they covet typically on a beer market. Brewery only. And just say if you like Wait like this. If you like Treehouse beers and you like ESBs. Not mutually, like, something that you see kind of bound together. If you like ESBs, but you want to see that kind of new school twist, and that's the point I'm trying to talk about when it comes to a Treehouse. You're getting that Treehouse sensibility with that old school ESB, and it makes for a really damn good drinking fucking beer. So if you like both those breweries, those kind of beers, if you like good beer, well-made beer, and balanced beer, you definitely enjoy this one, because that's what this has. Spades. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, awards and stuff and things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those places if you want to check this dude out somewhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice ESP right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.